Hello and welcome to another lesson of Arabonics. Lesson 1. First things first, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wa salatu salam ala ashrafil mursaleen. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Amma ba'd. You may be able to pronounce the letters of the alphabet individually, but can you sound out words? Lesson 1 gives us the 5 skills that we need to articulate Arabic words with accuracy. 5 steps to train your tongue for this language. They are stationary letters, gemination, otherwise known as šadda, vowel length, sun letters, and tafkhim. Although the most common mistakes are with letter recognition, so I urge you to look back at those videos that I provided on the IPA script and the Arabic alphabet, if you haven't already mastered those skills. The way that colloquial Arabic works is that sometimes syllables collapse. Vowel letters sometimes disappear. Could you understand what I just said there? Well, in Arabic we use more vowels than just that, but you get the point. If you don't know what vowels are, they're the letters such as A, E, I, O, and U, as opposed to consonants. So when I add the vowels back into my sentence, you get abracadabra, my name is Nasim. Vowels are the letters A, E, I, O, and U, and all the other letters are consonants. When I take the vowels out of a word, it can sound a lot like this. Do you see how these consonant clusters can be seen as challenging? They're really hard to pronounce. So part A tells us that we need to know how to pronounce consonant letters without vowels after them in words, especially in the beginning of a word. So let's start with the consonants N, Y, and T, pronounced N, E, and T. They can come often by themselves as prefixes before words. So if we add these prefixes to a word like ḥuṭṭ, we say nḥuṭṭ, yḥuṭṭ, and tḥuṭṭ. Each of these consonants serving as their own syllables in the beginning. Before kallim, we say nkallim, ykallim, and tkallim. Work on that. N, E, and T, without vowels after them, followed up by other consonants. See, it's not that hard. When you read our script in the Arabonics 2024 book, you'll see double letters sometimes. That's how we indicate that gemination occurs. We say ʔallāh, not Allah. That's why there's a double L. We say šadda with a double D, not šadda. An example of gemination as it comes in English for demonstration purposes is when we have 2 words together and they mirror each other with the same letter between them. For example, big guy. G comes at the end of the first word and the beginning of the second word, so it's pronounced twice. That's a big guy over there. We don't say that's a big guy over there or B guy. The comprehension of your message relies on these small details. Another example in English, as it comes in the middle of the word. What's the difference between sang and saying? Sang, the past tense for sing, and saying, present continuous for say. The difference phonetically is that saying has a double Y sound, whereas sang has a single Y sound. As for vowel length, Arabic stands out as a particularly easy language to read. We try to reflect the system of the Arabic script in the IPA system with the use of a bar. Long vowels are signified with a bar above the letter, whereas short vowels are without a bar. So never pronounce an A with a bar over it as a. It's always going to be a. Never pronounce an I as E unless it has a bar on top of it. For every vowel that has a bar on top of it, it's going to be pronounced long. E, U. For every vowel that doesn't have a bar over it, will be half as long. I, U. Got it? Take a look at these example words and try to tell me which syllables have long vowels in them and which syllables have short vowels. Some syllables don't have any vowels. If you can do it accurately, you should be pronouncing it the same as I am. Let's give it a listen. The first one. How do you think it's pronounced? The first syllable is l. The second syllable is an. with a long الآن. الآن. Next we have three syllables. A with an ayn and a long a. Then we have hamza and a short I, which makes I. And the last syllable is an L with a short A. It's pronounced as a short la. So the three syllables, ila. Together, ila. Next we have two syllables. Thgil. Thgil. Not thgil, thgil. The last three are similar in spelling, but pronounced differently. How would you say these? They are Malik, Malak, and Malik, pronounced differently. What's the difference between the meanings of Malik, Malak, and Malik? If you know the answer, drop it down in the comments. Part D is talking about the L prefix, pronounced L, and the concept of sun letters. If you have any background in Arabic, you know that L in the beginning of a word means the, and you know that li in the beginning of a word means for. Furthermore, the combination of the two to say something like for the would be lil. Why is this grammar stuff included in a lesson on pronunciation? Because there are certain letters that merge with the L prefix. They're considered similar enough in articulation that the L changes to a duplicate of the next letter instead of being pronounced by itself. The list of letters are sin, shin, sad, ta, tha, ta, dal, dhal, dhad, dha, za, ra, noon, and lam. The S variants, the T variants, D variants, both Z's, the R, the N, and the L. What do these letters have in common with L? Let's begin with an example. If I say El, the, siyara, car, because the S in the beginning of siyara requires the tongue to touch the teeth, it's considered similar enough to the L that we say siyara instead of siyara. The same goes for any of the letters in the list. Instead of siyara, we say siyara. Instead of saying rawah, we say rawah. Instead of saying thgil, we say thgil. These are called sun letters, letters that require the tongue to touch the teeth. So keep in mind, when you see any word beginning with a double letter, know that what's really happening is there's an L hidden in there that is blending in with the letter after it. It doesn't sound like an L, but its meaning, the, is still implied. As for moon letters like waw, fa, or goth, letters that don't require contact between the tongue and the teeth, the L is written and it's pronounced clearly. The word walad begins with a moon letter, W. So walad, a boy, in the definite form is al-walad, the boy. Islam begins with a hamza, another moon letter. So we say al-Islam, the religion of Islam. Part E is about tafkhim. Tafkhim is often explained as the heaviness of letters, otherwise known as emphasis. But it's a separate sense of emphasis from the class of letters known as emphatics. Alright, what does it mean? This set of letters, kha, ra, sad, lad, dha, ta, ghain, and gaf, tend to affect the letters around them because they're so heavy. They draw weight to themselves. The other letters tilt to the gravitational pull. If you look on page 10, you can see the blue letters in the words represent all the letters affected by the gravity of tafkhim. You'll see the tafkhim letters are blue themselves as well as any A vowel surrounding it. So look at the first word, salsa. It's not salsa. The gravity of the sad changes the pronunciation of A from A to A. The A here helps differentiate the letter sad from sin. This happens twice in the word, sal, sa. Another word, matbakh, Had it been a ta instead, we'd say matbakh. And if the kha were a kaf, for example, we'd say matbak. But these are not those letters. We have ta and kha. We say matbakh, not matbak.